Welcome to BigTalk. This is Claire Villareal on What is Love, narrated by Nick Hambley. The range of possible answers to this question is so broad that what aspect I choose to address is likely to say as much as the content of these reflections. So, I'll begin by narrowing the scope of what I'd like to address. I'm not going to talk about romantic love, or the kinds of unconditional love one person might offer another. Instead, I want to reflect here on something I've been working with in my own contemplative life, the so-called objectless love one cultivates toward all living beings in various types of Buddhist practice. This type of love is called objectless love because it isn't generated with respect to an individual or even a given group of beings, but is instead generated as a type of energy in its own right. Part of the benefit of cultivating this type of mental state is that it isn't hung up on the usual ego-centered criteria for love. Do I like this person? Have they treated me well in the past? If I do something good for them, will they respond in kind? Instead, cultivating this objectless love allows one to function as a kind of conduit for a free and open flow of loving energy into the world. I'm still a beginner with this practice, but even a little experience with it has had a big impact on my mind. When I practice opening my mind and my heart to this flow of energy, I experience a kind of expansive joy that embraces, at their most fundamental level, the living beings all around me. I don't have to play the self-defense games, the reciprocity games, the second-guessing games that usually accompany love and affection in daily life. It feels wonderful to be so open to a flow of energy far beyond my ordinary conscious capacity to care for others. Which makes me wonder a couple of things. Where does this come from? And how can and do networks of people use this energy to benefit the world? The first question in some ways is less important to explore in this essay. Does this energy come somehow from inside me, or does it come from somewhere else? Or, is this energy accessible through the contact of something I would call part of me, with something I would call external to myself? The first two options are interesting, but neither of them seems adequate to explain the experience of objectless love. The third, by contrast, leaves a lot of room for exploration and poses some bigger questions, one of which is, I think, part of what the human race finds endlessly fascinating about the experience of feeling love for one another. Love, of whatever kind, forms a bridge between one individual and another in an intense and experience-near way that we enjoy. It allows us a safe space in which to ask important questions like, what are the boundaries of my being? Do I end at my skin? If so, then why do I care so much about the welfare of the beloved? Can I ever really know and love another as they are? Or will I only ever love my image of that person? Where and how do two individuals' mind meets? The second question, how can this energy work to benefit the world, is much more pressing. Gandhi believed that love is actually a more powerful and pervasive force in the world than hatred, that families, cultures, and even nations are held together by its force. Love may not get the press that hatred and violence get, but that Gandhi argued is because we're habituated to the presence of love in our lives, whereas antisocial violence is atypical. It seems to me that Gandhi is right, and from the vantage point of the early 21st century, it seems also that the conditional love of me for other people like me just won't cut it in the radically diverse modern world. Every major religion teaches something comparable to the Buddhist objectless love, and or reasons to cultivate love for those different from ourselves. And as the world feels smaller and smaller, more networks of people seem to be tuning in to the value of genuine open-heartedness. Interreligious conflict may have gone global, but so is the concept of interfaith dialogue and cooperation. Open-hearted love and compassion are powerful in the lives of individuals. It seems to me that the more people connect with these sorts of practices and the more impact they have on networks of various kinds, spiritual, business, political, etc., the better humanity's chances of creating a sustainable social environment. Setting these thoughts down in writing has raised some questions I'll make an effort to stay aware of over this month. Where do I see open-hearted love practiced, and how? When am I most open-hearted, and when am I most shut down? And how can I best use open-hearted love and awareness within the networks I'm in? I hope that these will also be interesting points of reflection for anyone else who's interested in these questions. Thank you. Go to betweenaduck.com to read Claire's response and post your own thoughts in the forum. Until next time.